Hey guys, coming at you with the first video for the Let's Plays that I wanted to do. So we're just going to keep it simple for now and just do games that I can do in one sitting. A lot of platformers, shooters. So the first one we're going to start off with is Rocket Knight Adventures on the Genesis. This is one of my personal favorites. I had it as a kid. So I'm going to try to play through the game without dying, or well, without dying a lot. I'm trying to explain some of the strategies. So for this play, we're going to play on normal. There is a children difficulty, and it defaults you to easy. As you can see, it really just affects your lives, but from what I remember on children and easy, you don't see the true final boss. And in the future, I plan on doing hard mode, which is one hit and you're dead. It is quite a thing. I've never cleared it on hard mode before. So, and there's small cutscenes between each of the stages I'll let play out. Alright, so we're starting with stage one, so there is somewhat of a story, but I'll be honest, I don't really quite understand it. So you got these pig army that I guess has kidnapped the queen. Looks like the castle back there was all destroyed, so these stories don't really matter in the games too much. So as far as the basic controls go, the A button fires your sword. If your actual sword touches the enemy, it does a lot more damage than if the little projectile coming off hits them. So the B button jumps, the C button is also the sword. None of the 6 buttons on a 6-button controller, the additional 3 do anything. If you hold down the fire or sword button, you can see at the top right that there's like a charge meter. When you release it when you're not holding a direction, you just kind of spin out. But if you hold like up, diagonal, down, or down diagonal, you'll move at a very accelerated speed in that direction. So you have to use this as not only to deal attacks, but to get over certain obstacles like this right here. So in some of these enemies you can attack twice. I guess just to get some extra points. Doesn't really serve any other purpose other than that. So these enemies look a lot tougher than they are, so if you just attack them, your invincibility frames will prevent you from taking any damage. Also to note, you can hang on like tree branches like this. And there are hidden 1-ups in every stage, one of which is right here. The apples will refill your health. They don't give you any points though. I just collect them because I like to collect things. If you hold up here, you can take these guys out in one hit. Makes this very easy. So this is the first mini-boss. You can really cheese him. When he moves forward like this, if you move to the right with the rocket charged up, you can just stand behind him and he can't do anything to you. I don't think I've ever in my life fought him legitimately. Even as a kid, I always just cheated. So in this fight, you just have to hit him back and forth. He'll do damage to you, of course, if he touches you. Like such. Okay, so in this section, if we take this, we have no choice, but we'll have like almost a horizontal shooter section. It's just basic enemies. I think if you let them go off screen, they will shoot at you. but I try to clear him out before that happens. Attacking the balloon does nothing, you need to attack them. So with this boss, you just need to be careful not to get hit by him. Hit by his tail. Just attack him. Take him out pretty easily. So the bananas are also heal your health, but they heal many more hearts than the apples do. But these guys are on fire. I have to say, I really love the music in this game. It's this game as a whole is really a hidden gem. I mean, I know Konami put it out, but I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. So in this section, we just have to dodge the fire, which isn't a fixed pattern every time. And I didn't note in the previous section, but you can ricochet off walls, which you have to in this section to get up here. Gems are just collectibles that give you more points. These guys can be annoying, but they're not too bad. So, missed the hidden one up. Well, not so hidden, but kind of annoying to have to go back and get it like that. It's a present. I wonder what it is. It's an enemy. Oh, man. You can actually see the boss of the stage in the background. No idea what it is. It's like a snake thing. So he's gonna puncture through the ceiling and the walls here. Once he does that, he's gonna lay out these spike dudes. So depending on what side of them you're on will depend on what side or what direction that they move. Being on the right, of course they're gonna move to the right. But if you're on the left, they'll move to the left. And you can have, you can alternate them. I used to do that as a kid. And then we'd have to take this red one out to clear them out. Just gotta watch out for the tail. And we should be wrapping this up any minute now. He's just gonna cycle back through. Of course, we get points for how much health we have left over. So this is the king, that's the, I guess, princess, and this is like your rival, or the Knuckles of this game. I think his name is Axel. He just got owned there. I like the music for this stage a lot too. It's real funky. So for this boss, you just have to jump up and attack him and watch out for his hands. He has quite a few patterns that he does with them. Overall, not too bad. I'll try to home in on you here. Just try to not get stuck in a corner. It's not too bad. When he's close to being dead, he'll start bouncing like that. I love the death animation on that. I always thought it was really cool. So for these guys, they'll shoot a blue orb at you. You can just hack it away. And we'll get the 1-up here. These bats you can just attack out of the water like that. We got one right here. We'll just rocket down towards him. So in this part, these yellow spikes will hurt you when you're on this side of the waterfall, but you can move to the other side of the waterfall using these. Now the darker colored ones will hurt you, and then now we can use the dark vines to climb on in the back. Interesting mechanic, but it doesn't get utilized very much. So this is our second mini-boss. So he has a red orb on his tail, and that's how you attack him. So he'll move in and out of being in front of the waterfall and behind the waterfall, and of course when he's behind it you can't attack him. I don't bother switching, I just stay in front of it. As you can see, when your sword touches the enemy, it does a lot more damage. You can hear it. So in this water section, we just have to move down towards the bottom and back up again, trying to avoid these. You can take them out, but it's kind of pointless to demonstrate that. So we'll boost up to the right here to get a few more points. You gotta collect everything even if it doesn't matter. So this room, you have to be very careful. You'll die in one hit. But as long as you're careful and you move all the way to the right, you'll get out of it. So in this section, you don't have to jump or anything, but when you see the exclamation points, you have to duck. And then now we have some enemies. You'll always move under the platform here. You can just take these guys out quick, and you won't have anything to worry about. When it starts blinking like that, it means that you can now freely move and that you need to be careful. Especially with this platforming section. Duck immediately when you get on this part. No exclamation points to tell you that. So if you just jump and attack, it'll take these guys out and they won't cause any issues. You can have them all build up, but it's like they self-destruct after a while. And for some weird reason, they thought it would be cool to have this chicken follow you for a little bit. Alright, so this is the second boss. This is a train enemy, so first we have to take out the first part of it. Every few seconds or so he shoots this blue orb out, so you just have to be careful of that. Of course, attacking with the sword does the most damage. Well, I'm trying to be careful. Alright. There are 3 phases to this fight. That was the first phase. Now you have to take out the arms. Normally they'll damage you, but if you attack it right before they're about to hit you, you'll be invincible. So we just have to dodge out of the way of these guys. They'll home in on you. So now we're gonna come up behind it, and he's gonna shoot some orbs at us. So we just have to dodge those. If we can move in close, we can take him out really quickly. Wow, there we go. No cutscene for that one. So in this beginning part, we have this rising lava. Touching it will kill you in one hit. Just have to be careful of that. You can also see your reflection in the bottom, which is very important for this next part. Or we can't see the platforms, but we can see them in the reflection. Always liked that. I always thought it was a really cool idea to do that. Just get through that real quick. So these fish die in one hit. This part is very difficult on hard mode. There's a lot of ways to just easily take a small amount of damage. And of course, if you're charged up, you won't take any damage touching the spikes. As you can see, they don't do a lot of damage, but they have a lot of cheap hits, so hard mode is really freaking difficult for that. Of course, your character is going to naturally want to rise to the top of the water, so you'll have to press down to dive. And so we're approaching the mini-boss of this stage. So in preparation, once he comes out, I start attacking downwards like this. You're going to attack his one of his claw hands, which I'm missing right now. You need to take these out quickly, just one of them. That way you can attack the center. They're gonna home in on you. Just have to jump out of the way. So now that I've taken that one out, if I just attack diagonally like this, I'll hit him without having to take out the other claw. If you do take out both claws, these bubbles come out of them, and that's how he attacks. But I don't bother with it. It's much faster to do it this way.